That's the game he's playing. It's called a bait and switch. Okay, he's taking small things from deviated sects, trying to make it mainstream, and trying to, you understand? We don't have temporary.
That's like us going to Catholics and being like, only 144,000 people go to heaven. That's what they say.
That's what Jehovah's Witnesses say. So that's number one. But the most important thing here, Sonny man, is that instead of getting into the complicated, he should say, well, the reason that Jesus can't be God in the human form is because of Exodus 33. Again, that's another point here. Why was Moses talking to God through the burning bush? Because no human being could see God in the flesh and not be completely annihilated. Now, if you watch the movie 10 Commandments, I dare you to pull it up.
No.
You'll see the scene where Charlton Heston goes up to get, he's playing Moses. He goes up to get the 10 Commandments, a young man. When he comes back down, he had been completely aged just by being exposed to God's light, not even directly God. The reflection of God's light aged him. If he would have seen God head on in his glory in the physical form, disintegrated.
Evaporated, yeah.
Gone, done.
All right, we've covered that.
That's why he can never be in the flesh. No human body could hold the glory of God.
Amy is just introducing yourself. You're just saying, I am the one who is. It's like saying, I am Alex.
Yeah.
My name is Alex, and the I am bit there is just me introducing like the phrase. So I think in the Greek version, ego Amy hot on, go and tell them that hot on has sent you. And so when Jesus says, before Abraham was ego Amy, it's not obvious to me that he's making a callback to because firstly, I don't think Jesus said these words. I think that it's an invention of John's gospel, and we know that John was using the Septuagint, and so I don't think that adds up. But there is still a mystery there. Why does Jesus say that he existed before Abraham, and why does he speak in the present tense? Why does he say I am? Why doesn't he say before Abraham existed, I did? He say I am.
Do you have an answer for this? Because I've got some speculation. Please tell me.
So I think that what might be going on here is an allusion to the fact that Jesus, as the redemptive solution to mankind's problems, was planned by God from the very beginning of time. So in the book of Revelation, there's a reference to the Lamb who was slain from the beginning of time, speaking about Jesus. Jesus was not slain at the beginning of time. So why does it say he was slain from the beginning of time? What it's clearly getting at is that from the very beginning of time, God knew exactly. So I think that Jesus is doing something similar here in saying, before Abraham was, I am. Before Abraham was the thing that I'm embodied. And there's some really interesting indications that might be what's going on, because there's a first century text called the Apocalypse of Abraham, which is a Jewish text. It's not in any Christian canons, but it was a Jewish text that existed, and you can read it online today. And it tells the story of Abraham. And importantly, this isn't canon, but it does tell us what some people believed. It tells us what some stories that people were familiar with. This was written around the same time as the Gospels, probably around 70 to 100 AD. And it tells the story of Abraham.
70 years after his life. Our prophet left us a completed book memorized by thousands of people before he died.
Yeah.
Perfected. Big difference in the way the Quran was compiled compared to the gospel of Christ.
The fact, I don't get why they listen to Paul, bro. I don't wrap my head around it.
A Christian murderer.
They don't, but not only that, they don't consider Paul a prophet, but he never met Jesus in the flesh. His thing isn't writing down what Jesus told him. He was massacring Christians. You can look this up. They agree with this. They completely agree with everything I'm about to tell you. He was massacring the earliest followers of Jesus. Then on the road to Damascus, he sees a light, and that's it. He goes out for 20, 30 seconds. He sees a light, and apparently he met Jesus, and now he's able to write a third of the Bible.
A third of the Bible, and they say that our book is demonically inspired. Yeah, because God's going to reward the one that's wiping out the followers. The guy that's massacring the followers of Jesus, that's how Jesus rewarded him.
You know, another thing that's
crazy.
Another fundamental difference between Christianity and Islam is that Muslims believe that all the prophets were sinless.